Hello, and welcome to another update video on ADA. Today, a little bit of downside pressure, not really surprising. I mean, on the ADA chart, we continue to move in this range that we defined a few days ago, more specifically here, potentially even a triangle pattern that we discussed. So my view yesterday was that we likely have not completed yet this entire correction. What I want to do in this video, even though I've kind of run out of wave degrees here, I think we're going to raise the degrees so I can add a little bit more detail here to the wave structure, just from an educational point of view, because nothing has changed, but it can help to just raise the wave degrees a little bit here and there, and then have some more room and scope to add some microstructures. The benefit is that we make the video a little bit more educational, so I can also explain a little better then how I see this correction could kind of unfold. Yeah, I mean, overall, the market rallied, you could say, nicely from the August low. A lot of coins have done that. You know, ADA reached here the $1 level, which is a key level, and since then has basically just started to move sideways, right? Okay, pullback and then sideways. Now, you know, what is really important in a support, or no, what is really important in a correction, this clearly is one, because, you know, we have a rejection and then just sideways consolidation. That is a correction by definition. It's correcting, yeah, that rally that happened before. What we always need to watch for, you know, is or let's say are clues that this could turn into a more substantial correction or even a downtrend. At the moment, it's an uptrend with a corrective pullback, and we have the Fibonacci support areas, which are more important than the structure itself, because we know when sentiment will likely shift. I mean, we don't know when sentiment will shift, but we know when it will likely shift. So these are these Fibonacci levels, which are kind of mathematical representations of market sentiment. Specifically here, this B-wave pullback should ideally not break below the 81.3 cent level. That's the 78.6 retrace level. And yeah, as you can see, at the moment, we are holding above that level. Now, that's important. How exactly this correction is unfolding, I don't try to predict, but we can still map out a roadmap that gives us some ideas for orientation. Because what this micro counting in a correction is really about is not so much predicting every single wave. That would be ridiculous. It is more about understanding, okay, where will the correction likely finish? What are the additional areas of confluence that I have to observe? And do I actually have already any signal that this correction is over? And I see two clear pathways develop here. So we have a 5-wave move down that gives us some clues. If we have a 5-wave move down, it means that this correction likely needs a lower low compared to the A-wave low that formed on Thursday, the 14th of August. And there are a couple of ways how we can track this. One way is this triangle pattern. I've already shown it on the chart, but from an Elliot wave point of view, it would be an A wave up, a B wave down, a C wave up, D, E. So an A, B, C, D, E pattern, which means if we now see a corrective bounce forming a lower high, that could be an E wave of a triangle, and then we could get that last leg down. Another pathway that I'm tracking here, so this is triangle, right? So again, a triangle is a 5-wave move, but sideways. A, B, C, D, E. It just needs to form higher lows and lower highs, which it is doing at the moment. And the E wave is normally like the last wave of the triangle, and we would typically expect a breakout to the opposite side of the E wave. So down. Another pathway I can think of, and I'm only going to show you two, is just a standard. It's just a standard ABC structure here, so that we have indeed an A wave down. I'll change the color in a minute. This would have to be, oh, hold on, probably rather a WXY. The thing is, if it's a WXY structure, if it's a WXY structure, it doesn't work so well, right? Because the initial move down looks more like 5 waves. Now, that being said, on the smallest time frame, sometimes we can get false signals and distortions, so I still consider it. because of this move down, which looks more like a 5-wave move down. So it is possible to have a W, X, Y, and then the Y wave is an A, B, C. I find the triangle option more likely at this point based on the nanostructures, but then again, you know, this can change. Microstructures, nanostructures, you can get distortions. Again, as I said, the purpose is to understand, do we already have a micro 5-wave move up, which could give us an indication that the correction is over? No, spoiler alert. And also that it's quite likely actually here to get potentially that one more low, which could lead to a test of 85.3 to 81.2 cents. Yeah, that's the update on ADA. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates, additional, news, data, all sorts of stuff is shared here. Sometimes you are even updated earlier than on YouTube. And there are also chart updates that are not so much on YouTube. Like today I covered SPX 6900, for example, not covered here on YouTube. So check it out if you're interested. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.